وكلمة الرابطة الكلدانية في العالم يقدمها لنا السيد يوحنا بداويد رئيس الرابطة لفرع أستراليا، فليتقدم. أهلا وسهلا بك.
All guests, official guests, all friends, خنواتا خطواتا ديوتن حضير إديو أخا قوزواخات إدريش باوليتا كالديتا هاوتن بشينا إتيه وهاوتن بسيمل تيتوخن قاود دي فرصة ديو أخاني كم شمت رابطة الكلدانية العالمية مهانوخ كل خنواتا ومهانوخ ملتن كالداية قاود بريتا قاود زواخت إدريش بابليتا كالديتا شوال بوطلتان موشتام وطلبوخ من علىها هاوي دي بريخة إذا كم تضمانا هاو بريخة الليهن إذا دوش عنا الديدي إديو هرادخ كل دانا تموري دانا بسمتا كل شدنا هاوي بسيمي ودار شينو شلامها الأطرة ديان بتنهرن وهاو تنبسيمي التيتوخن وهاو يوموخن بسيمة. شكرا.
Johanna Bedawi. Thank you very much for the speech. Also, please welcome Mr. Sadiq, President of the International Chaldean Writers, to the stage to read his speech.
والآن مع كلمة رئيس اتحاد أدباء الكلدان في العالم السيد الناصر صادق عجماية، فليتفضل.
خفافة عزيزة، أخنوافة عزيزة، بشمت كل زملاء ديدان أخنوافة اتحاد العالمي للكتاب والأدباء الكلدان في العالم. نزف فرصة إليكم جميعا وتحيات زملائي وتحياتي إليكم بهذه المناسبة الكبيرة، مناسبة عيد أكيتو رأس السنة البابلية الكلدانية. نزفها لكم وبشرة سعيدة إلى كل الكلدان في هذا اليوم الأغر. أعزائي، اتحاد ديدان، اتحاد عالمي كتاب وأدباء الكلدان، من بثقله يرخد تشعى تريلبو تشعى أو ثمرة نضال شعب ديداني له، أو اللي بدريل اللمسات الكبيرة لإحياء القضية الكلدانية بالأساس، واللي بننطلن شمت كلدان الطالد عالم من خلال القلامة دواب كثاوة ودوام برخوشي أمور كلدان من خلال كل زملاء ديدان. أنا شعلة القلم الكلداني شعلة لإديو طالب موافرا كلمة صادقة والمعبرة في المجالات الإنسانية والعراقية الوطنية والقضية القومية الكلدانية. ثمرة نضال عسير، الكلمة الصادقة كلمة معبرة لإحياء النضال الكلداني عبر الزمن القاهر الذي يمر به الكلدان في العراق والعالم أجمع. تمكن والليبن أخي طبعا ممتلا قضية سوريا الكلدانية إلى المحافل الدولية من خلال كلمة الكتاب والأدباء الكلدان، أول مبادرين بهذا الشعور وهذا العمل الإنساني الكبير في نتيجة تضحيات انقدم له سوريا الكلدانية 38 شهيد انقدم له شاتد البوت شام وتشوشتي اديو واللبن أدباء الكلدان داخل قوت ملبورن، واللبن تصدرخ أول عدد من مجلة بابلون إلى ثمرة جهود كل كلدان، ثمرة القلم الكلداني. اديو مطلبوخ من كل عالم عند خير اللي دارخ مجلة يبقى مواضيع مثمينة ومقيمة فكرية وثقافية طالب شعب ديداني له. لا جهود يا أخي لك بالكخلي جهود طلوخني له كل أخو. شكر الله كبيرة لكم طول الأخو كل شهادة وقتم بخير والسلام عليكم.
to welcome Miss Marie Vamvakinou, MP, Federal Member for Kawa, to the stage. And Kelvin Thomson.
والآن مع كلمة السيدة ماريا فانفيكون النائبة لمقاطعة كولويل، وتمثل السيد بيل شورتن القائد العمالي للمعارضة الأسترالية في البرلمان الفيدرالي، وأيضا مع كلمة السيد كيلفن تومسون عضو البرلمان الفيدرالي لمقاطعة ويلز.
Thank you very much, and it's a great pleasure to be here with you again to celebrate another year of the Akitu Festival in the year 7,316. It never ceases to amaze me every time I say that. Can I first begin by acknowledging the land of the Wurundjeri people and to pay my respects to their elders past and present. It's a great pleasure to be here today on behalf of the Leader of the Opposition, Bill Shorten, who has asked me to convey to you his very best wishes for today's Akitu Festival, and to also convey to you peace and goodwill as we approach the Easter period. I would also like to acknowledge my parliamentary colleague Kelvin Thomson, and I would also like to acknowledge Lizzie Blandthorn. I would like to acknowledge my own mayor in the city of Hume, Councillor Helen Patsikatheodorou, that's the Greek version. I would also like to acknowledge the mayor of the city of Moreland, Samantha, I've got your name written down here, my apologies. Samantha Ratnam, there you go. I also want to acknowledge my very good friend Peter Khalil, who is the Labor candidate for the federal seat of Wills. The members of the committee, Michael Youssef and Johanna Dalwig in particular. A few words about Kelvin Thomson, if you will allow me. My colleague Kelvin Thomson, after many, many years of service to the community, has decided to retire. And I'm very pleased that he's here today because I'd like to thank him very much for the work that he does for his community. But Kelvin and I share many communities together, and the Chaldean community is one of them. And he has been someone who has been a very dedicated local member and one that works solely for his community. So I'd like you to give him a round of applause, please. Thank you. And just a few things. The speakers so far have spoken about the need for the Chaldean community who is living here in Australia to begin to integrate into the broader community. Can I say to you that you have done that already with great success? And on Wednesday night in Canberra, I had the great pleasure of having His Eminence Archbishop Nonna attend an event to be a keynote speaker in Canberra. And he, your spiritual leader, spoke so far of the difficulties that the community has faced in the Middle East, the wonder of being here in Australia, and the success so far in the integration process. So it is very important for us all to work together to help you all, especially the younger people here, to integrate into the broader multicultural community. You have already made a very important contribution. This Akitu Festival is now an annual event, but I also want to remind you that your successes lie in the Iraqi Unity Cup, which won this year's event of the year from the Hume City Council. These are examples of the success of the Chaldean community in Australia. May you continue to live peacefully amongst us and to contribute to our great multicultural community. Thank you.
Can I acknowledge my federal and state parliamentary colleagues, and in particular thank Maria Vamvakinou for her kind remarks, local government representatives, religious leaders, other distinguished guests and my fellow Victorians. It is a great honour to be here with the Australian Chaldean Federation celebrating the Akitu Festival, which acknowledges the fact that the Babylonian New Year of 7,316, which originates back in the land of Mesopotamia. And it reminds us of what an ancient and mighty civilization that you are the heirs to, and which you bring the traditions of to this country. Now, I have been the federal member for Wills for 20 years, so not 7,316, although sometimes it feels that long. But as Maria said, I have decided that I will be retiring at the forthcoming election. So this is the last opportunity I have to address you as federal member for Wills. And I want to say what a great honour and privilege it has been to work with your community as well as other communities in the electorate of Wills, reducing unemployment, building educational opportunity, protecting the areas of public open space, giving residents a say in the character of the street and the neighbourhood and the community that they live in. And one of the things that it's made it such a joy to be the member for Wills has been the strength, the richness, the diversity of the community organisations that we have here in this electorate, and I want to thank you for that opportunity very much. One of the things that I know that is of concern to you, as it is to many others, is freedom of religious expression and worship. And that is something that we have here in Australia. We have a very strong tradition of tolerance and freedom of religious expression, but we should strive not only to have that here in Australia, but to have that right around the world. And I know that the issue of persecution of Christians in the Middle East has been of concern to people such as the Pope and Prince Charles and many others. And I've been working up a speech on this issue to deliver in the Parliament. I don't know how many sitting weeks we'll have and what opportunities I'll get to deliver it, but I know it's an important issue and I certainly intend to continue to work on it. I congratulate the organisers of the festival and I wish everyone here all the best for the remainder of the festival. Thank you.
Please join me to welcome Ms. Liz Blandthorn, MP, State Member for Patsikatheodorou, to the stage.
مع كلمة السيدة ليزي بلانثورن MP عضو البرلمان عضو لمقعد باسكفيل.
Thank you very much, and it's a great pleasure to be here today on behalf of the Premier Daniel Andrews and the Victorian State Government to share this particular occasion with you. Can I start by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land on which we meet and pay my respects to their elders past and present. Can I also acknowledge my federal parliamentary colleagues, Kelvin Thomson, Vamvakinou, and hopefully soon to be Peter Khalil, the Labor candidate for Wills. And can I also acknowledge those councillors and mayors from Moreland and Hume that are with us here today. Most importantly, can I acknowledge the members of the Australian Chaldean community and the Victorian Chaldean community in particular, Louis Joseph and Michael Youssef, and of course the leaders from your Melkite church who are here with us today. The great thing about the Melbourne's North, the area in which we're all very proud to call home, is that people come from every corner of the globe and every walk of life and are of every age. And the great thing for all of us in that is we get to share in each other's celebrations and traditions. As a young student at Mercy College in Lilydale, I was very much fascinated with the tradition and culture of Mesopotamia, and it's a great privilege to now have the opportunity to genuinely share in those traditions with you. It's also particularly fitting for your community that we are here today on Palm Sunday, a day that those of us who share a Christian faith, a Catholic faith, it's a day in which we remember, it's obviously the start to Holy Week and the time at which we remember the sacrifices that Christ made for us. And your community is obviously a community that has made great sacrifices and travelled a very long way to be able to express and to believe and to feel the things in which you do and to share your faith both in Christ and with each other. And as the federal member said, that is obviously something that people should be allowed to do throughout the world, and it is not something that people should have to travel across seas to be able to find a place to do that. But you are very welcome to do that here, and I'm pleased to share that with you. So it's fitting that today you welcome in your 7,316th New Year on what is Palm Sunday. So Happy New Year.
Please join me to welcome Councillor Samantha Ratnam, Mayor for Moreland City Council, to the stage, along with Councillor John Kavanagh, Moreland City Council.
Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, on behalf of my fellow councillors, welcome to the City of Moreland. I'd like to acknowledge that Councillor John Kavanagh, who's here with me, who also, as well as being a councillor, teaches at St Matthew's North Fawkner and works with your community very closely. Thanks for being here, John. I'd also like to acknowledge my colleagues from Council, State and Federal Parliament here with us today, and our fellow councillors from Hume. Thank you for celebrating your beautiful Akitu New Year Festival here at the gorgeous Coburg Lake Reserve. Moreland is known as one community proudly diverse, and we are made all the richer for all of those of you who've chosen to make Moreland your home, and for all the festival and spirit you bring through events like this today. I want to acknowledge the strength of your community and the challenges, loss and hardships that you have faced on your journeys to Australia. But you've contributed so much to our rich multicultural fabric, and we are made all the better for it. I thank you for your generosity of spirit. I know that you support your community and more newly arrived from your community in so many ways, and I've worked with you over the last few years in the migrant settlement sector. I know that you're going to be such an important part of the settlement journey for the next wave of migrants from the Chaldean community. In conclusion, I'd like to thank the Australian Chaldean Federation for organising today. I know so much work goes into putting events like this together. I hope you have a wonderful afternoon, and thanks again for choosing to have this in the City of Moreland.
Please join me to welcome Councillor Helen Patsikatheodorou, Mayor for Hume City Council, to the stage.
Good afternoon, everyone, and Happy New Year. As the Mayor of Hume City Council, I feel extremely privileged and delighted to be here today with all of you to celebrate the Chaldean Babylonian New Year. To begin with, I would like to acknowledge the Wurundjeri of the Kulin Nation and the traditional owners of the country. I would like to pay my respect to the elders past and present, and to elders from other communities who may be here today. I would also like to acknowledge Maria Vamvakinou MP Federal Member for Cornwall, Kelvin Thomson Federal Member for Wills, Blandthorn State Member for Patsikatheodorou, Councillor Samantha Ratnam, Mayor of Moreland City Council. We have Councillor John Kavanagh from Moreland, and we also have Councillor Jeff Porter from Hume City Council. And I know that a couple of our other councillors, like the Deputy Mayor, are meant to be here, but I haven't seen them, so I'm sure they're possibly coming later on. I'd also like to acknowledge the Executive Committee of the organisation, as well as the Organising Committee and the faith leaders. Today is a very special time of year. It marks the 7,316 Babylonian year, which originated from the Chaldean Babylonian ancestors of the land of the Mesopotamia. To mark such an important occasion, I'm told today is filled with music, costumes and dances showcasing the Chaldean culture. It is already shaping up to be a wonderful community event for everyone. I am so thankful to live in an inclusive, multicultural and harmonious society. Today enables us to celebrate and embrace the diversity within the surrounding of our city. The more we learn about different faiths and cultures, the more we can work together to achieve common goals, creating greater cultural harmony, respect and inclusion. Today we can all stand together and show spirit, resilience and contribution through words, dance and songs. And we need to celebrate these more and more joyous occasions filled with laughter and fun. It is a time for families and friends to come together in peace and appreciation. Enjoy your traditional music. The food also smells amazing, so I encourage you all to try some delicacies too, if you haven't already done so. Before I go, I want to briefly mention a couple of things that are important to me. When I became the Mayor of Hume City Council, I promised to advocate for the health of our community and in particular our women's health. As a breast cancer sufferer, I don't want to see any woman die from this horrible disease, so please encourage the women in your life to get breast screened. No woman or child should die from family violence either. Hume City Council, along with Moreland and other councils, are committed to raising awareness, changing attitudes, and working towards the elimination of violence against our women and children. Thank you for your time. Enjoy the afternoon.
Thank you, Councillor Helen, for the speech. Also, please join me to welcome Mr. Khalil Laiba, candidate of Four Wheels.
مع كلمة المرشح لخوض الانتخابات الفيدرالية القادمة السيد بيتر خليل، فليتفضل.
مساء الخير. I'll say a few words in English and then some in Arabic, but dear friends, I want to wish you all a very happy Chaldean New Year. There's a very beautiful verse in Isaiah 13:19 that says, Babylon, the glory of all kingdoms and the beauty of the Chaldean excellency. The Chaldean history is an ancient and proud one of the first great civilizations of humanity. And I, as a person of Egyptian background, of Coptic Christian background, understand the pride we as Australians, migrants to this country, take in our ancient history and our cultures. These cultures that were the dawn of human civilization, the wellspring of human learning, art, literature, philosophy, architecture and religion. It's a cultural legacy that we can all be proud of as Australians of multicultural background. And you, the Chaldean community of Australia, you have brought your glory and your beauty to this country. You have enriched Australia, your new home. And I know the Chaldean community has been through much suffering and persecution in Iraq in recent times. I know this and I've seen it firsthand. Working for the Australian government in Iraq, I had the opportunity to meet many Chaldean leaders. One in particular taught me about the beautiful culture and history of the Chaldean people when I discussed it with him over many, many hours when I was in Mosul. So I feel your pain too, because as a person of Coptic and Egyptian background, we share not only the same pride in our ancient cultural tradition and history, but also we share the pain at the persecution of our brothers and sisters at the hands of violent extremists who continue to terrorise and try and destroy the many minorities of the Middle East. I can assure you they will not succeed. I've dedicated my life to public service in foreign policy and national security, and I understand the threats that we face as a nation and also the opportunities. And I, as the Labor candidate for Wills, if elected to the Federal Parliament, will continue my service to protect Australia's democracy, but also be a voice for the persecuted communities in the Middle East. Today we celebrate Akitu, and you are rightly proud of your ancient traditions and culture. And I stand with you in solidarity and honour your survival and achievements as a people for 7,316 years. And I stand too with you as a fellow Australian who celebrates your magnificent contribution to this country. أصدقائي الكالدانيين، اليوم أتمنى لكم احتفالا بهيج برأس السنة الكالدانية. التاريخ الكالداني تاريخ قديم، وهذا التاريخ أحد الحضارات الأولى في تاريخ الحضارات الإنسانية. أنا من أصل مصري وفاهم أهميات حضاراتنا القديمة وفاهم المشاكل التي تقابل إخوتنا وأخواتنا في الشرق الأوسط. الإرهابيين يحاولون القضاء على الأقليات في الشرق الأوسط ولكن لن ينجحوا. أنا مرشح عن حزب العمال في ويلز في الانتخابات الفيدرالية. لو نجحت في الانتخابات أنا أريد أن أكون صوتكم في المجلس. كل سنة وأنتم طيبين.